I would explain Ron, or I would characterize Ron as a hugely dynamic personality. Ron was in many ways larger than life. He was very much a self-made man.
I am Jennifer of Ron and Jennifer Meng. Ron's gone as of last August. And we started Islands Marine Center out of the trunk of Ron's car in 1972. His parents owned Richardson's store, and he came up on the weekends to bring them freight. And that's how he came to the island.
Well, Lopez Island is remote in a sense that it's located in the San Juan Islands. It is I think it has a particular personality in the experience that I've had in traveling throughout the San Juan Islands. It's about 2 hours, two and a half hours north of the Seattle market. Lopez is very special in that it has a real unique atmosphere. The people are very friendly, exceptionally friendly. The people, the priorities that they have in life are centered around boating and fishing and enjoying their time and the outdoors.
Each island is different. Each island has its own really distinct personality. Lopez is small town. It's kind of flat, kind of homely. Nobody's really concerned about that, but for me, I think it's the best of the islands. It's small town at its best. Ron worked all the time, and he didn't compromise. There was a time when we didn't have a boat that we wanted to sell. He looked everywhere, and he didn't like anything that he would put his name on. And that's when he chose Pursuit. And I'm at times sure that Pursuit has gone, oh my gosh, that's Ron again. Because he wasn't diplomatic about it at all.
And had an opinion on everything. There was no, he was not a wallflower. He would tell you what he thought.
Gosh, he always put a different perspective on things that you would have never thought of, that you thought, holy cow, how have I gone this long without looking at things this way? Because he was literally a genius. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, you could be working on something for 4 hours, and he could walk up and say, did you check this and this? And you go, oh.
People would call, and over the phone, they would say, I have this problem, and then they would try to make this noise, and Ron could go and tell him, go in the engine compartment, look for this, or look for that, or hit this switch and do this and do that. And he could tell people how to fix things, and he would walk them through anything.
Well, sometimes he would come off rough and gruff, but really Ron had a huge heart. He really cared for his employees and his customers. If somebody called him late at night with a boat problem, I guarantee he would come down to the dock and see if he could fix it. He may complain about it, but he would totally do anything to help anybody.
Ron lived life to the fullest, and he got a lot out of life each and every day. He worked constantly.
He just had a knack for it, and his independent spirit was great, and it was great to use him as a role model to, sure you can do it, just put your mind to it, or learn what it takes to do it. And he was very encouraging about things like that.
He was one of those very special people, and the thing that I guess I think that made him special was that he was absolutely meticulous about wanting to do the right thing for the customer. And he got an extreme amount of pleasure from seeing people enjoy the product and sharing his passion.
That's kind of how he ran the whole business. People would come in and we want to see their fish, we remember the name of their darn dogs, the whole bit. So it's kind of a family. Scott, who had worked with us, came back a year before Ron died. So it's been really nice because he's the best person for the job. He's not Ron. He's got a totally different approach than Ron, but he's really wonderful. And Ron put him here. So I don't think things are going to change much with Islands Marine Center. we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing for, what, 40 years now. That's kind of what we are.